The Consumer Price Index (CPI) is a widely used measure of inflation, which is the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services is rising and subsequently purchasing power is falling. Here's a detailed explanation of the CPI. Purpose. The primary purpose of the CPI is to track changes in the cost of living over time. By monitoring price changes for a basket of goods and services commonly purchased by households, the CPI helps individuals, businesses, and policymakers understand how inflation affects consumers' purchasing power. Calculation. One basket of goods and services. The CPI starts by defining a basket of goods and services that represents the typical consumption patterns of urban consumers. This basket includes items like food, housing, clothing, transportation, medical care, and entertainment. 2. Price collection. Price for these items are collected regularly from thousands of retail outlets, service establishments, rental units, and other sources across the country. This process involves both physical surveys and digital data collection. 3. Weighting. Each item in the basket is assigned a weight that reflects its relative importance in the average consumer's budget. For example, housing costs typically have a higher weight than entertainment expenses. 4. Index calculation. CPI is calculated by comparing the current cost of the basket of goods and services to the cost of the same basket in a base period. The result is expressed as an index number, with the base period usually set to 100. Uses of CPI. 1. Policymaking. Central banks and government agencies use CPI data to formulate monetary and fiscal policies. For example, policymakers may adjust interest rates or tax policies in response to changes in the CPI to control inflation. 2. Cost of living adjustments. Labor contracts, pension plans, and government benefits are tied to the CPI. Cost of living adjustments (COLAs) ensure that payments keep pace with inflation, preserving the real purchasing power of recipients. 3. Investment and financial planning. Investors and financial analysts use CPI data to assess the impact of inflation on investment returns and to make informed decisions about asset allocation and portfolio management. 4. Indexation. SPI data is used to adjust economic indicators, such as gross domestic product (GDP), for inflation, providing a more accurate picture of economic growth over time. In summary, the Consumer Price Index is a crucial economic indicator that measures changes in the cost of living, helping individuals, businesses, and policymakers understand inflation's impact on the economy and consumer purchasing power.